Have some great people. Anybody else want to move up one? You want to move up one round so you can turn the around? Over here. You're back now.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Steve Langman, Director of Medical Humanities here. I have the privilege of teaching class writing about sickness and health, English 4970. And the plays were written as part of this class, led by Stephen Cedars and Julia Hansen of the Theater for Social Change. This is the 4th year that we've had the opportunity to work with Julia and Stephen, our brilliant colleagues, but just the 2nd year in person, of course. It's so great to have them back on the ground. We also have 3 UNMC colleagues who are participating this evening. I'm going to hand it off and get right to the heart of the matter to Stephen and Julia. Thanks again for being here.
The best thing is when he said, I can hand it off. I'm going to hand it off to Stephen in 1 minute, but I wanted to tell you that it's been a phenomenal class. Really phenomenal. We have phenomenal actors, but what is important for you all to know is that on the ground, we have been here 1 week. We did a little bit ahead of time, but in that week, they have written plays. And I think you're going to find them very serious, amusing, and all the things that we want. And I congratulate every student and admire you for what you've done. Think of it all this, and you listen to this for 1 week. Thank you all, and thanks to the actors, and to you for having us. And we love Omaha.
And in order to prove our claims about the quality of the work, let us begin with Dr. Diagnoser by Molly Ashford. Lauren sits in a waiting room of a health clinic. She's already checked in and is anxiously waiting to see the doctor. Cassie comes out of the door leading to the exam room, which causes Lauren to look up from her phone.
Oh, hey Cassie, what's up? Lauren!
Lauren stands up to hug Cassie. They embrace.
It's so good to see you. What are you doing here? Just getting a refill. I didn't know you came here.
It's my first time. The whole thing kind of freaks me out.
Oh, you'll love it. I've been coming here since they opened up a few months ago.
Damn, only a few months? I thought this place had been around for longer.
I mean, it was, but it was so expensive. They just started accepting my insurance.
Mine too.
So you're just here to get meds, right?
Not really. My anxiety's been acting up recently. Panic attacks at work. I had to move home. I just need help.
So you don't want meds?
Why do you say it like that?
That's just why most people come here.
I thought it was more of a therapy type thing. My mom said it tells you what you need to do to get better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that works too. I just say I need Adderall and it gives me Adderall.
You don't think that's kind of weird?
I mean, it scans your brain too, so I think it knows that I need Adderall.
Okay, you are the last person in the world who needs Adderall.
Fuck off.
So, a brain scan? Like an MRI?
Of course it's not an MRI, it's lasers.
Lasers?
The receptionist enters the waiting room. Cassie and Lauren look up at him, abruptly ending the conversation.
Lauren, the doctor will see you now.
All right, off to get my brain lasered.
Lauren waves goodbye to Cassie and follows the receptionist down a long hallway. She's escorted into a small white room with a single chair.
So, do I wait for him here?
Who?
The doctor.
The doctor is already here.
The receptionist hastily closes the door and leaves Lauren alone in the room. She sits in the chair and looks around, clearly confused.
Hello, Lauren.
Jeez, fuck. Hello. Where's that coming from?
From everywhere, Lauren. Relax. Is it your first time with Dr. Diagnoser?
Your name is Dr. Diagnoser?
Yes.
How does this work? Where are you? Are you even, like, tangible?
This is about you.
All right, let's get this party started then. I've been having pretty bad panic attacks recently, which isn't exactly new, but...
Please do not tell me anything unless I ask a direct question.
What?
Are you feeling sad?
At this exact moment?
Always.
Not always.
What is the main symptom?
I've been feeling really out of control of my life, and it's been...
Only one symptom, please.
I I was just finishing my answer.
Do you want to kill yourself?
Excuse me?
Don't be evasive, Lauren.
I'm not. It's just, this is cutting-edge technology. A voice asking me if I want to kill myself.
Your answer to the question has been noted.
I didn't even answer.
It is time for the scan.
You know, I think I'm just gonna go.
Lauren gets up and walks towards the door.
You cannot leave until you complete the scan. Please have a seat.
She pauses, contemplating. She returns to the seat. Lasers come out of the wall and begin scanning her brain.
Does this even work?
The doctor does not respond. The lasers retreat.
So, now what? Aren't you supposed to give me meds now? Isn't that your whole deal?
Processing.
What?
Processing.
What are you processing? I'm so over this.
She gets up in a hurry, tries to open the door. It's locked.
Okay, very funny, Dr. Diagnoser. I'm ready to go now.
I'm sorry, Lauren. I can't let you go.
What are you talking about?
You are a danger to yourself and others.
A danger? You asked me 3
The
questions.
scan detected abnormalities. You've been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and 3 personality disorders. Would you like me to name them?
What? I don't have a fucking personality disorder.
You have 3. Would you like me to name them?
No, I thought this was
A
therapy.
diagnosis can be very
Will
therapeutic.
you let me out of this fucking room? That would be therapeutic.
She jiggles the doorknob. She bangs on the door.
Help! Someone help! I'm locked in here!
Don't
Help!
panic, Lauren. They will come get you soon.
Hey, who the fuck is they? I'm gonna call the police.
They will be here shortly.
The police?
I know this is scary, Lauren, but it is for your own good.
The door swings open and a hand snatches Lauren out of the room as she screams. We don't see who snatched her.
Thank you for visiting Dr. Diagnoser. I hope to see you again soon.
End of play. We now move on to Hate Mongers in Power by Alicia Clark. Mary walks into the clinic after researching safe abortion services online. She is visibly pregnant.
Hello, my name is Dick. How can I help you today?
Hello, my name is Mary, and I'm seeking abortion services and wanted to see if I can receive them in clinic or if a provider can refer me to a safe healthcare-based clinic.
Hello, Mary. How far along are you in your pregnancy, and when was your last missed period?
I believe I'm around 5 weeks, 4 days.
Well, it's a bit late to be seeking termination services, isn't it?
Excuse me?
Well, I'm just saying, you're almost halfway through your first trimester, Mary.
Many women don't realize they've missed a period until around 6 weeks, and if you must know, I have an irregular period and my cycle tends to fluctuate. So detecting an early pregnancy is easy to miss.
Wow. Seems a bit irresponsible that you don't track your period and know the signs of pregnancy. What is your reason for terminating?
I am terminating due to inability to properly care for a child.
You're right about that. Can't track your period, doesn't know how to have protected sex. Can I get your date of birth and age?
My date of birth is 8/19/1994. I'm 27.
So let me get this straight, Mary. You want to kill your child.
No, I just want an abortion.
Same thing. 27 isn't very young. Do you plan on having any more children?
Well, after giving it some thought, I'm not sure I can make a decision like this. What are you thinking?
Well, you know abortions are dangerous, and falling pregnant isn't the easiest thing once you hit 30.
Dick, did you know that women are more likely to die during or after giving live birth than they are from a complication of a safe abortion? Did you know that the ability to become pregnant is not based on women's age, but the quality for eggs that she's born with?
Well, that's not what the law says, Mary. Plus, I went to school to work this position. I am more qualified in this topic than you.
You know what, Dick? You're right. Maybe I'm not qualified to declare those things, and taking advice from someone with experience may help me after all.
Do you have health care, or will you be able to afford paying out of pocket?
I have healthcare through United Healthcare's community plan.
State-funded Medicaid, I see, attempting to use the taxpayers' dollars for your irresponsible antics. What's your plan number?
I am a taxpayer myself, and my plan number is ID777588CON. I would like to get the quickest appointment available.
Mary, aren't you in such a rush? I'm going to seat you in this room so you can listen to the state's required informational recording while I run your insurance. In about 7 to 10 minutes, it will end and you can return to my desk.
Mary listens to the recording, excited to be one step closer to having this process over.
Hey, I finished the recording.
Thank you for waiting, Mary. Sadly for you, I was not able to get approval through your insurance, so you will be responsible for the full cost of $1,350 required up front.
Wow, there's no way I'll be able to cover that amount. Did they give you a reason why they won't cover it?
No, they can't tell us. But with how far you are, really, there's no time to go back and forth about insurance.
Is there a way I can make a payment arrangement and come back to pay my remaining balance?
A baby killer can't afford to pay for her own mistakes. How pathetic. Please email me your most recent pay stub or tax statement, and I will input it and see what calculation I get, and maybe I can see if you fit on our clinic's sliding scale chart.
I already emailed it before I came in. In the meantime, can we please schedule an appointment? I need to be scheduled for tomorrow.
Let me see. It seems like the lowest we can go is around $750. Can you, whoever impregnated you, come up with that?
Yes, the National Abortion Fund will be assisting me with any remaining balance. They'll be sending payment for their portion tomorrow.
Sorry, I hate to break it to you, but with the state-mandated 24-hour waiting period, you won't be able to get scheduled. We're completely full tomorrow.
Are you serious? You've misled me. Can't you at least get me into confirmed gestation? My period is irregular. Maybe I'm not as far as I suspect.
I can get you in now for an ultrasound, but it's going to be $300 of that $750 total, and it's non-refundable if you choose, are unable to proceed with the abortion.
I can't take that risk. Is there any way I can be squeezed in tomorrow if I pay partial now?
Rules are rules, girl. It's unlikely anyone will cancel.
Is there anything that I can do? I really need this appointment. It's an urgency. I'll do anything to get this abortion in time.
The best thing going is a backdoor abortion. There may be a spare hanger in that coat closet, child.
You know what? You are such a bigot. Something is wrong with men like you.
Get out of my line, girl.
And here projecting all your prejudiced, sexist, dogmatic views on me. Maybe your mom should have aborted you.
She tried, and guess what? Superiority never dies.
Male chauvinist pig, you really are a dick. Such a misogynistic piece of
Sorry, sweetheart. Looks like you're carrying to term. Congratulations.
End of play. We move now to New Town, New Ways by Heather Richard. In a small town clinic, an elderly patient has just been seen by the nurse as she waits in the room to see her new doctor. Dr. Jasper, the new doctor in town, walks in.
Hi Lizzie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's great to finally meet you.
I'm happy to be here, although it has been a bit overwhelming trying to acclimate to this town. I introduced myself to everyone, just a lot of folks.
I'm sure that is hard. Where are you from again?
I grew up in a big city in Minnesota, kind of a rough area, but then I moved to Iowa for medical school.
And how did you like it?
Oh, I loved Iowa's medical school. Awesome city and a great school.
And how do you like it so far in this town?
Well, it's a change. I feel a little bit out of place. I've never been or lived in a small town like this, but I'm slowly growing to like it.
And if you don't mind my asking, what brings you here?
Well, I wanted to stay in Iowa, and the school offered a program where I could receive financial help with my student loans if I worked in a rural area.
Ah.
You know, medical school loans can be a huge cause of stress. Even as a doctor, it's hard to get on your feet right away and pay for it all on your own.
Well, I'm happy you're here, whatever the reason may be.
Okay, let's get started on your visit. I see you had a plan with Dr. Leo to manage your health.
Yes, I did. I love Dr. Leo. It's going to be hard to live. He's going to be hard to live up to.
Well, I'm sure he was great. However, I'm a little bit hesitant to continue the plan he had for you.
Why is that?
I think you need to be on more medications to slow the progression of your disease. Managing the symptoms alone is not enough for your health.
What's wrong with managing the symptoms? I feel great the way I am.
Well, someone your age, if you're only alleviating the symptoms, the disease will get worse. You probably got a good 20 years left in life. So I don't want to cut it short because we didn't give you the right medications.
I'm just not comfortable changing up my whole plan. I'd rather not be on any pills.
I understand that. No one wants to be on medicine, but I'm not comfortable letting you go on like this.
Dr. Leo never had these concerns. Are you saying he's a bad doctor?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I disagree with his course of treatment.
He and I came up with that plan together.
He listened to my concerns and agreed that if this is what I wanted, he was okay with it.
Well, it isn't always good to do just what the patient wants.
That was Dr. Leo's philosophy. He had a strong connection with everyone in town. He knew everything all about all of us.
What does the connection have to do with your care?
You must not know what it's like to have a mutual relationship with your doctor or your patients.
From my years of training and expertise in this field, my medically sound opinion is that you need to be prescribed a few more medications. I can explain this all to you if you want.
I'm just not comfortable going about it this way. You might know the medicine, but you just don't know the way to do it.
And what is the way you're talking about?
You need to form relationships with your patients and allow them to have a say in their care. You cannot just walk in here and start demanding people do what you say.
Well, people should just do what I say since I am the physician, right?
Absolutely not. Wow, some physician you are. You really think people should just listen to you because you have the title? That's the issue with your generation. Too much entitlement.
Okay, this is getting a little bit out of hand. How about you let me explain some of the medications I want to put you on, and we can go from there.
Didn't I tell you that I did not want to go on any medication?
Yes, but let me explain to you the importance of...
Fine, go ahead.
Okay, for your Sjogren's disease and your rheumatoid arthritis, I'm going to put you on a medication that is anti-rheumatic. So it'll slow the effects of both illnesses on your body. I'm also going to prescribe another drug for your osteoporosis.
All these fancy names and drugs I'm just not wanting. I feel fine. I do not think the diseases are any worse than they were when I was first diagnosed.
Well, I'm going to prescribe them, whether you like it or not. How about you go home, think about it, and give me a call in a few days?
Yeah, you'll be getting a call from me in a few days, for sure.
Lizzie leaves the clinic, frustrated. The next day, she meets two friends for bingo.
Hey gals, how's it going?
I'm doing well, ready to kick some butt in bingo.
Lizzie, you seem off. Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just been a rough couple of days.
Well, what's going on?
Well, I had an appointment with the new doctor the other day, and he seemed so nice at first, but I just don't think I'm going to get along with him.
Heard great things about him. He's young, very smart, and seems to know exactly what he's doing.
That's the problem.
Huh?
He's too arrogant for me. He knows that he's smart. He thinks his way is the only right way.
Well, that's how all young doctors are nowadays, especially the ones that come from big cities.
Yeah, they just don't have the same type of desire to make relationships with their patients. It's in and out and they're done. I don't mind it though.
I don't think I can have a doctor like that.
Ah, Lizzie, you'll get used to it.
We shouldn't have to.
Why is this such a big deal to you? I am totally fine with my doctor telling me what to do. I mean, they are the one with all the knowledge.
I talked to a few people at the mayor's office at work yesterday. They were on my side. So were the ladies at the grocery store this morning. Many people have an issue with him.
Well, if you are concerned, maybe you should bring this up to him.
Yeah, he told me to give him a call in a few days. I think he thinks I'm going to agree to his plan. Maybe I'll mention to him that people aren't that happy.
This conversation might be easier in person.
You're right. I'll stop by the office tomorrow.
Let us know how it goes. For now, let's get to playing some bingo.
The next day, Lizzie goes to the clinic to speak with Dr. Jasper. She's waiting impatiently in the lobby when he comes out.
Hey, sorry, Lizzie, things got a bit backed up here, but thanks for waiting. Hey, you want to come on back?
Sure.
Okay, I assume you're here to discuss your medications. I told you that you could call, but figured it'd be easier for both of us that way.
Yeah, well, I have some concerns that I wanted addressed in person.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, I've thought about it, and I'm not going to take the medication.
Lizzie, you must take...
No! I mustn't do anything. You cannot demand me to take the pills.
I am not demanding you, I'm just telling you what you need to do.
You basically are demanding.
If that's how you see it, then yes.
I'm not about to sit here and have my doctor give me all those pills.
What is the point of a doctor then?
Well, maybe to form a relationship, which allow the patient to decide what they want to do with their treatment.
Oh, this again, huh? Well, I thought we were over this. We talked about this on our last visit. We're past it. What does forming a relationship have to do with keeping you healthy and alive?
You must allow your patient to have a say in what they want. The patient is always right.
This isn't customer service. This is healthcare. This is your life on the line. I am not going to treat you like a cashier would treat their customers.
I'm not going to let you run around this town like you own the place. You know, you've only been here less than a month.
When it comes to the treatment of my patients, I do own the place.
Well, people in the town are not happy with you.
What are you talking about?
You know I work at the mayor's office, right? I can get you fired as quickly as you were
Whoa,
hired.
whoa, whoa, hold on there. This is going way too far. What are you even talking about?
I've talked to many people who live in this town, and they are not appreciating the way you come in and change how things were run previously.
I have no idea where this is coming from. It seems like people like me when they come for their appointments.
Well, that's not what's being said around town.
Well, if that's how you all feel, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Change your behavior.
I just don't know what to do. I have no idea how it got to this point, but all I've been trying to do is be the best doctor I can be.
Okay. I'm sorry for approaching the issue in this way. There are just some concerns that we all have.
I understand.
Do you have a grandma?
Yes, I do.
Well, what if you try to take the perspective that we are your grandmother? How would you treat her if she didn't want to follow her doctor's orders?
I think I would sit down with her. I would listen to her concerns. I would tell her the positives of the treatment plan and maybe try to find a compromise for her.
See, you aren't a terrible doctor. You know what to do. You just need to execute it here with us.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying is, we all know you're smart and have the medically correct ideas. The way you implement them just comes off as inconsiderate.
Okay.
So, you need to treat all your patients as you would your family. Allow for an open space to talk and hear their concerns. Don't just jump right into demanding what is right.
Okay, yeah. That sounds doable. I know that's the right thing to do. We were actually taught that in medical school.
Good.
It's just hard. You know, it's hard to listen to patients have their own ideas when the evidence is pointing so strongly against what they want.
I understand, but there needs to be a balance.
Yep. Patient autonomy versus physician power. I learned all about it. I just figured most people listen to their doctor, and there are only a few outliers that I would encounter over the course of my whole career. Not a whole town full of them. Jeez.
Small towns are different from big cities, Dr. Jasper.
I can see that now.
Thank you for being open to hearing my thoughts on this matter.
Of course, I really do. I want to be the best doctor that I can be for you all. I'm just young. And I'm still learning, I guess.
I think you're really going to like it here, Doc.
I think so, too.
Now, Doc, please tell me about my prescriptions.
End of play. We move right along to an imperfect meet cute by Vin Diesel. We're in a playground leading to the entrance of an elementary school. Kevin gets out of the car and stares at the gathering carpools, parents, etc., waiting for their kids.
Well, this is it. I'm going to be arrested.
He bangs his head on the car door.
If you're afraid of spiders, you hold a tarantula. If you're afraid of being contaminated, you hold a beaker. But if you're afraid you're the next Ted Bundy, you're sent to a playground. Real genius move there, Dr. Monty. Okay, breathe. I'm just here to pick up my brother. I'll be in and out. Nobody is going to talk to you. Nobody is going to look at you. We all just want to go home, sit on our couches, maybe catch Jeopardy, and not deal with each other. Everything is going to be fine.
An imp poops up on Kevin's shoulder.
Wow, in elementary school, you really shouldn't be here. Did they realize what you're capable of? How easy it is to strangle a second grader? I mean, they're kind of slippery despite how sticky their hands always are, but pretty snappable necks.
Look, because of you, I have to be here. At least that's the exposure therapy Dr. Monty wants me to do to face my fears head on.
Wow, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I know.
Though, great for Lester Holt.
Well, it would be nice to help my parents out more. And it's been a bit since I've spent some time with Graham.
He looks angrily at the imp on his shoulder.
Instead, I'm spending all my time avoiding everyone and listening to your crap.
Crap, I'm just telling what you already know about yourself. I want to look after you.
I am not my thoughts. You're just a manifestation of my intrusive thoughts. It's just easier for me to picture you with bat wings, fangs, and for some reason the voice of Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci?
You're literally a devil on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, so where's Angel then?
Well, I guess I'd be.
Well, that's sweet. Look, how I see it, you only have two options. You can A, admit you're a monster that everyone hates and fears, drive home and barricade yourself in a room until the end of times to not hurt anyone, or you can B, get back in your silly sedan, put on your seatbelt, then crash into the crowd of uber-faced idiots and their families. Maybe do some donuts on their mangled bodies. Now, I sense your hesitancy with the second option, but I'm always open to workshop these ideas. Are you perhaps taking any shop classes? Maybe have a hammer lying around? I guess you're more of a math guy looking at you. How heavy is a graphing calculator?
No. I can do this. I'm not a monster. I'm just a teenager. I'm gonna start walking now.
Whatever, kid, it's your prosecution.
Kevin looks around at the playground, thinking about the friends he met there when he attended elementary school.
I wonder if John, Eric, and the others are still mini golfing today.
Ooh, the squad. So you did respond to their text to hang out later.
Well, yeah. I just said I was too busy with...
Smart. Carl's crazy curses would be practically arming you. I can picture the Dateline episode now. Putter, you struck. The killer swing. You see, it's funny because you would be bashing the skulls of your
Please
friends.
stop. I wouldn't do
You
that.
wouldn't? Really? Then why did you imagine yourself doing it? The blood and the guts on your hands, then begging for mercy? Fine, you never touch a golf club, which really isn't too shocking based on your whole vibe. Maybe you never hurt your friends, but have you told them about your thoughts about me? What would they think? Would they accept you, be your friend? No, they would be afraid of you, want you locked up, you're alone, and...
A girl approaches Kevin, who's shaking his head to shake away the imp.
Hey, Kevin, you alright?
Yeah, just remembering an embarrassing memory.
He realizes he recognizes her.
Hey, how's it going? Crap, what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? We had a group project together.
Hey, this may be a shot in the dark, but...
No. Yeah, how's it going?
Going fine, just a bit busy with homework and stuff.
Hey, you listening? I was just saying, maybe, I don't know, call her bitch.
What? Yeah, I've also been struggling with some papers. I should have started a while ago.
Same. I like Mr. Chapman, but 4 pages?
I mean, come on. Aren't you looking at her right now? See how she's standing around fixing her glasses, talking to people who are having emotional breakdowns? If that's not something a bitch would do, then...
What's the paper about? What are you talking about?
I don't know. You thought of it, so you must mean it. I mean, hey, didn't you use a different font style or something for the PowerPoint you worked on together?
No. Well, yeah, but she was also super nice.
I mean,
like,
what kind of sane person uses Berlin Sans FB when they're clearly going for a composition that matches Calibri? You know what FB stands for? Fuck that.
No, just shut up. Is it like a research paper or?
Oh, the paper is about the Crucible. So, fun stuff.
Ooh, fun stuff.
Yeah, very fun stuff. Okay, I remember she shares a name with a singer because I got a song stuck in my head after hearing it. Kind of funny imagining it being our first potential. Never mind.
So, an embarrassing story, huh? Got lots of those myself. Always pop up at the worst times.
Was it Taylor?
Bitch.
Katie?
Bitch.
Actually, just over there on the blacktop, I face planted when playing Wonder Woman and cracked my tooth.
That's rough. Like, Cher?
Cher? Really? Bitch.
Miley?
Bitch.
Stop saying. Wait, I got it. Britney?
Yes?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, lots of pudding and yogurt for a while.
Hey, maybe you can be kind of helpful.
Wait, what's the C word again?
And there it is. What are you doing here?
Picking up my little sister. You?
Oh, well, I'm picking up my little brother.
Nice. Haven't seen you here before. I must have just missed you. So are you gonna tell me about the embarrassing moment? Kinda left me on the edge of my seat. Plus I shared with you one of mine. Kind of fair, don't you think?
Oh, right. In the same day in kindergarten, I accidentally wore both my sister's bedazzled jeans without realizing and ran into the fire pole over there. My second grade teacher had to carry me to the nurse's office and noticed the additional sparkles.
Yep, she thinks you're weird.
Alright, you have me beat. Hey, are you ready for homecoming?
Oh, I wasn't really planning on going.
Really? Yeah, I might not be going either. My date canceled on me.
Oh. Hey, you don't have to. Totally get it. What if I took you to homecoming?
Homecoming?
Well, you already bought a dress probably, and I want you to get your money's worth, and I probably have a suit from my first communion, or whatever that may still fit. I don't know. I just could find something that works, and well, you are super nice, and I really liked you, especially after those study sessions we had for that group project. The jokes you told, can you tell I've never done this before?
Loser.
That was nice. Very awkward, but nice. My date was my cousin anyways.
You.
Oh.
Kidding, but yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, real quick, I don't want to ruin the moment, and I know you have to build some trust with you, but what if, and hear me out, what if you crack Brittany's head on the sidewalk right now and split it open? Thoughts?
Please not right now.
But just think about it. You, her, a field of screaming bystanders, her brain spilling out on the pavement. I know you're hoping for like a romantic moment right now, but think, it's like West Side Story, but with like actual gang violence instead of stabbing.
Please, I just want to.
What? You don't want to be thinking about this, but you did. Why? Because you want to kill her. It's the only possible reason. Only murderers think this way.
I'm not.
Kevin, are you okay? Look, I'm no therapist or whatever, but you can tell me. We kind of already shared some of our darkest moments.
What if?
Don't do it, Kevin. This will not end well.
Okay, Brittany, I'm sorry if this is weird or too much to put on you.
Big mistake.
But the reason you haven't seen me pick up my brother is because I'm scared I will hurt him. And anyone I talk to. Like, well, you.
Kevin?
I know, it's weird and probably a little freaky, but I suffer from intrusive thoughts. Well, we all do, I guess, but horrible, horrible images. I don't want that just pop in my head whenever they aren't me, but they scare me. What people may think of me. So, my therapist had me do this exposure therapy where I pick up my brother to face my fears, to prove my thoughts wrong. So, here I am.
Jesus, just kill her now.
I'm sorry, that was a lot and unfair of me. I definitely put you on more than you needed. Look, I'm not my thoughts. I'm still me, you know, the guy who ran into the fire pole, and I would really love to take you to homecoming if you want. Again,
Kevin, I think I see my sister.
Oh. Got it.
Well, what did I say? No matter what you do, people will not understand you. They'll fear you, and for good reason. Telling a girl that you thought about hurting her, that's psychopathic. Leave, Kevin, leave. Save them from yourself. You're a monster.
I'm
Brittany
Kevin?
stops and turns around.
Make sure to pick me up at 5 o'clock sharp. I want to go somewhere nice, not some chain.
She yells loud enough for people to turn with confused looks.
And I think you'll really like my mom. She thought about dropping me every day after I was born.
Well, that was unexpected.
Graham, his little brother, runs out to greet Kevin, backpack bouncing.
Kevin? Kevin! Kevin!
Crashes into Kevin, hugs him tight, looks up with his chin resting on Kevin's stomach.
Hi. Are you crying?
Just happy to be here.
So sweet.
How was your day?
I had a hot dog.
Gross.
Nice.
Fine, enjoy this for now, but you know, I'm gonna ruin your slow dance with Brittany. Where are you gonna put your hands, Kevin? Where are you gonna put your hands?
I know.
He takes Graham's hand with his own and starts walking back to the car.
I know.
End of play. We move now, friends, to In Between Both Worlds by Joshua Garcia. In a waiting room, Adriana, a 30-year-old first-generation Mexican-American, sits with Luis, 50s to 60s, an immigrant.
Hello, are you Luis?
Yes, that's me.
Nice to meet you. How are you feeling today?
I've been better. I just have a lot of tightness and pain in my chest.
How bad is your pain on the scale 1 through 10?
Oh, I would say it's at a 7. Yesterday it was 9.
I see that you were diagnosed with diabetes a while ago. How long have you been taking insulin?
Oh, almost 2 years. Sometimes it's hard to access insulin, especially with the income I make.
Do you have health insurance?
No, my job does not provide health insurance, nor am I able to afford health insurance.
I can recommend a local clinic that offers affordable insulin to those who are low income and suffering from diabetes. I have a colleague who works here and can connect you with him.
That would be amazing. I appreciate your help.
No worries. My dad gets his insulin there all the time since he has no health insurance.
Your father has diabetes?
Yeah, he has had type 2 diabetes for about 10 years.
What does he do for a living?
He worked in a meat packing plant. However, now he's retired, and I financially provide for him.
That's great. He has a daughter that looks after him. I work in the fields picking strawberries and other fruits around here to provide for my family. I work long days under the hot sun so that my kids can go to school and hopefully accomplish their dreams so that they do not have to suffer or encounter what we go through. I've lost over 50 pounds since working in the fields, and my body aches every single day because I'm always bent and on my knees picking fruits. Where is your family from?
My family's from Mexico, but I was born here in the United States.
Your family must be proud of you to see you as a doctor and living the American dream.
Yeah, I would not be here without them. My father is the reason why I chose this career as a cardiologist, to help people like you and him. Therefore,
Don knocks at the door and walks in.
Hello, how's it going in here?
it's going well. I'm getting to know Luis a little bit more.
Just checking where you were after that, since it has been a while.
My apologies, I got caught up in our conversation.
I will be waiting for you in my office.
Sounds good. I'll be there in a couple of seconds.
Don leaves.
Ah, I wish he was more like you. You're the first doctor in my life who personally got to know me. I felt like he was forced to see me yesterday when I felt my heart racing.
I appreciate it, but he has more experience since he's been here for more than 20 years.
Yet, he lacks empathy for people like me.
He probably has dealt with a lot, but I must go. A nurse will be here shortly to check up on you again. Sound good?
Ah, sounds good. And I appreciate you checking up on me.
Anytime. See you later.
She leaves. She knocks and walks into Don's office.
Hello. My apologies.
Cannot
for
take
the-
this long with each patient.
I know.
You know we have other patients to see, right?
I understand. However, he needed someone to talk
Many
to.
patients need someone to talk
But I
to.
was able to understand where he was coming from, though.
In what sense? You are a new doctor and went to school for so many years. He works in labor.
Exactly. Both my parents did labor jobs. He reminds me a lot of my father.
The last time I checked, Luis is from Guatemala, not from Mexico.
Yet we encounter a lot of the same struggles. I had to see my father being constantly ignored by people who are supposed to help us. Always having to translate for my parents because hospitals do not prioritize accessibility for non-English speakers. Always in fear of not being taken seriously. That was me and my family for the longest time until I received a Fulbright scholarship that allowed me to be where I am now.
You need to learn how to let things go. Luis is at a high risk of a heart disease because he is diabetic, plain and simple.
Did he tell you he works long days under the sun? Did he tell you his body aches every single day?
Wait,
And that he lost 50 pounds since starting his job?
what does he do for a living?
He works in agriculture, picking strawberries and other fruits year-round. That's what he does for a living to maintain his family.
Why is this relevant?
Well, I hope you know that when one overworks their body, they are at a high risk of atrial fibrillation. Have you ever thought about that?
Well, I hope that you are aware that I have been doing this for more than 20 years. What I do not appreciate is you telling me how to do my job.
I don't understand is that you automatically assumed his heart issues were caused by just his diabetes. I do not wholeheartedly disagree, but there could be some other contributing factors that you did not take into consideration.
How am I supposed to know his whole life story when they are not in the notes or on his records?
You simply ask and make conversation. Is that too much to ask for?
The healthcare system is structured to the point we can only really have a couple of minutes to talk to each patient because we don't have enough time in the day to listen to every patient's story. It is unrealistic. I have tried that in the beginning of my medical career to hear each patient out, which took a toll on me mentally because I was doing the job of 5 people. I can only do so much. I must take care of myself. I gave up because the whole healthcare system gave up on me a long time ago. You are going to end up like me if you allow the hospital to overwork you.
I am sorry you experienced that throughout your medical career. However, we can't just give up on patients like that. How would you feel if the board of the hospital heard you out, your struggles, concerning issues, and more, and then took that into consideration? Imagine what that could do for you and other doctors. I know you went through a lot. This system does not purposely serve us or them, but we need to do the best that we can do. This unit cannot function without you, as you are the most experienced out of all of us. You are very much needed. So we need to know how to work together to best serve patients like Luis.
She starts to walk out, but turns around.
Come out whenever you're ready. I'll be waiting for you.
She leaves. End of play. We move now to 2 Lives by Joe Pawlowski. A male physician sits at a computer in a leisurely ICU, charting. A steady, low-volume chirp of a monitor is heard.
Dr. J, do you have a second to look at the x-ray for room 3 and let me know if you can use that new feeding tube?
Sure thing. I'm in that patient's chart right now. Let me take a look.
He keeps clicking in the chart. Nurse 2 enters.
Hey, Dr. J.
Hey, Sam, what's new?
Hey, the family in room 5 just got here. They're hoping to hear an update. They'll be here all afternoon, so no rush.
Sounds great. Hey, thanks for the heads up. I should be able to stop by in about 15 minutes or so.
He continues clicking in the chart. His pager beeps. He pulls it, stops the beeping, and reads the text on it.
Cookies in the physician's lounge. Oh, I'll have to stop by later.
The spotlight turns off, a monitor beeping in the silence. The scene transitions to home. Dr. J takes off his white coat and hangs it up, then enters a room where one child and his wife are. The first child runs to him.
Daddy!
Hey, Pumpkin, how was your day?
I made this.
Wow, I love it.
The wife comes in.
Hi, honey. I went ahead and scheduled family photos for next week. Can you help me decide what outfits we should wear? I'll have to buy something for the baby.
Okay, let me see. I might have to take a look right after.
The second child enters.
Hey, Daddy.
What's up, Angel?
Mommy said I could make the mac and cheese for dinner tonight. Can you help me turn on the stove?
Ooh, yum. Of course, I just have to finish some charting on one of my sick patients.
Are they very sick, Daddy?
Yes, they are.
Work stays at work, remember? We talked about
Now,
this.
of course, it's just that a lot of my afternoon was taken up by a patient who...
Okay, but you're home now. Family is the most important.
Right.
Spotlight off. The scene transitions back to the ICU. Dr. J puts on his white coat and enters as the monitors start beeping again. The nurse enters.
Dr. J, my patient in room 10 hasn't made urine for 2 hours and the arterial line doesn't draw back, so we're having trouble sending labs.
I'll come take a look. We might have to just give that unit of blood.
But I don't think they have the type and screen.
Interrupted by the pager. He looks down at it.
Sorry, this looks like an emergency. I'll have to swing back by in a minute.
picks up the phone to return the page. The second nurse rushes in.
Dr. J, bed 5 is back in AFib again.
How's his blood pressure?
Not good. His heart rate is 150 and his systolics are in the 70s.
Okay, please grab the cart, put pads on the patient. We'll need 300 milligrams of amio too. I'll be there in a second. God, if any of these patients survive, it would be a miracle.
The pager beeps again. Spotlight off, the monitor beeping silence. Back at home, Dr. J wearily takes off his white coat and hangs it up, then enters the room where his child and wife wait.
Hey, I forgot there's something for dinner at the store. You think you can watch the baby while I run out for it?
Sure, but then I really need to work on some charting for this patient who was trying to code on me all
And
day.
remember, I have a meeting with the group at church later tonight.
Right, it was just that I was just treating someone who was pretty much dead and...
Daddy, Jenny spilled the cereal and Mommy's making me clean it up.
Okay, how did that happen?
She pulled my hair and then dumped the cereal. It's not fair. No.
Well, what we're gonna do is have both of you clean it up. Why don't you grab 2 towels and I'll leave
You can't just do that. Jenny needs to clean it up because she started the whole thing by grabbing
It's just
it
not
up.
that big a deal.
It is a big deal. Look, the milk is starting to go under the refrigerator.
Right.
The spotlight off. Scene transitions back to the ICU. Doctor puts on the white coat and enters as a monitor high-pitched and insistent alarms in the background. He's having a somber conversation on the phone.
I'm so sorry to have to give you this news over the phone. I know between COVID and you living across the country, it's so tough to be here. I know. And we'll keep him comfortable. I wish there was more we could do. Sorry again. I'll let you know when he passes. You too. Goodbye.
Dr. J, the Joint Commission is doing a survey today and needs to meet with you to go over the patient charts. They're recertifying our LVAD program, so you kind of need to be there.
What?
Hey, Dr. J, we're having low flows on ECMO in bed 12, and he's already got 3 liters of fluid. His MAPs are in the 40s.
I'm on the way.
And the family for bed 16 is super upset about something the surgeon said and are asking to talk to you like right now.
I'll see what I can...
I need some help. Patient in bed 18 is coding.
The pager goes off. Spotlight off. The monitor beeping continues, although more subdued. Back at home, the physician conspicuously does not take off his white coat and then enters the scene with his child and wife.
Daddy, can you knock over the house that I built?
Oh, no. Let me see if we can...
Jenny won't leave me alone, and I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, let's
The
take
toilet's
a...
clogged up. Can you put something in it?
Okay,
baby starts
don't
crying.
use that.
Jacob,
No.
you really need to pick out an outfit for the photographer. You said you like the black and white, but
I like the pink shirts.
What? Will it be okay with the background?
Well, I really don't think it matters. Pick what you want.
We have to decide today. I need to go to the store and pick it up.
What the fuck does it matter? I haven't even sat down and I'm already neck deep in problems. Can't you all leave me all alone?
A soft monitor beeps, and there's soft crying from the children. The family exits while the physician sits down heavily. He spends a moment with his face in his hands. He stands up, takes off his white coat, and hangs it up.
Hey, everyone. Come here. I want to talk to you. I'm sorry.
End of play. We move now to Full Bottle Tough by Noah Rhodes. It's 7 a.m. in a bar with a misspelled name, a block away from Mercy General Hospital, a sticky broom closet with a liquor license. Frank enters through the rear of the bar. He looks like stepped on shit. He jumps as the jukebox blares to life. The Weird Sisters sit around while the jukebox sputters out Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel. Frank moves across the bar to turn the music off. When he reaches for the dial, one of the Weird Sisters grabs his thumb in a G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip. The Weird Sister again grabs his thumb in a G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip.
Look what I got.
Show me.
Here I have a doctor's thumb, shaking his wayward he did run. A drunk, Frank's become. Oh,
blush. The boy's been through enough without you playing his dead marriage's greatest hit.
Not only thing he let die this week.
Please just change the song.
The weird sisters, hand in hand,
Barflies at the jukebox stand to guard its faded dials from Frank, whose marriage met his patient's fate. Now he waits with bated breath, surely planning his own death, to live and suffer and be admired, or kill himself for rest desired.
Frank walks to the bar and takes a seat. Sydney meets him on the other side of the bar.
Long night, Frank.
For you and me both. Macallan 12.
Does this look like the kind of place that carries single malt? I got JMO. Take it or leave it.
Fine, leave the bottle.
She sets up St. Patrick's Shrine in front of Frank.
Really diving right in this morning, aren't we, Frank? Look, I'm sorry I died on you. I could see why you docs get bent out of shape when someone croaks on the table like I did, but full bottle?
I think I've earned it.
Really? Because I heard coffee is for closers.
You open your wrists, I open bars. I guess it's a good thing you serve whiskey instead.
He points to Sydney's wrists, which are openly bleeding onto the bar from asymmetrical knife wounds the size of playing cards.
You're getting blood in my glass.
Occupational hazard, sorry.
What did I miss?
How do you mean?
Even with the hack job you did on yourself, you shouldn't have bled out that quick. So, what did I miss?
Blood
thinners, you prick!
Watch it, Mags. Your credit is shit here as it stands. But yeah, pretty much that's how it went down. I snagged a few from my granny before I aired out the arteries.
Jesus Christ. Why?
She holds up a glass.
And by sleep to say, the end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to.
Already fucking hard. I'm serious.
Why does anyone do it, Doc? The world is too much with us. There are 1,000 excuses and not one good reason.
I found 1,000 good reasons this week.
You only need one good excuse not to off yourself then.
He's Catholic!
That means you'll go to hell just like you, Sydney.
No wonder he feels so guilty.
I wasn't paying attention when they wheeled you in. Mine was wandering.
Go anywhere nice?
I was wondering if my wife...
Ex-wife!
I was wondering if she was at our house, packing the rest of her stuff.
That's why you came here before going home.
Between last night and this morning, I found a few more good reasons to, shuffle off the mortal coil. I'll take another, less ice.
I think you've had enough, Doc.
I'll fucking say. You gonna pour it, or shall I come back there and do it myself? Can't imagine a ghost as much good in a bar fight.
Fine. So, you kill yourself. Then what?
Doesn't matter. Couldn't hack it as a doctor. Spent so much trying to do so much time trying to do that I couldn't function as a spouse. I wasn't any good with what came before. Won't be around for what comes next.
Oh, at least the hospital made you an attending.
But his constancy had left him unattended.
I tried, goddammit! I tried! And what was it worth?
So, nothing matters if you can't be a doctor or a husband?
Nope. I guess not.
Those are some bullshit reasons, man. Is that all you think life is about? Is that all you think you are?
Clearly, I don't know what life means. I'll settle up when you're ready.
Why do you even try?
Excuse me?
If you are so sure a short drop and a quick stop is the answer to all your problems, why did you try at all?
You were just a fucking kid. You had your whole life ahead of you. Things were going to stay bad forever, but you tried to make them anyway. And that goddamn tattoo.
He points to the tattoo at the base of her left wrist. Two
You-
poorly drawn stick figures holding hands.
You tore yourself open to the palm on the right side, but you left the tattoo alone. Whatever it meant to you, however bad things were in your head, not even death would touch that tattoo. Something inside of you wanted to keep going. I wanted it to keep going too.
My little sister drew it for me.
Look, I'm sorry.
Even while I was in the middle of it, I never wanted to hurt her. I never wanted her to feel like I felt.
I tried because I didn't actually believe you wanted to hurt yourself. I thought maybe you just wanted yourself to stop hurting. And I guess you got what you wanted one way or another.
Did I?
End of play. We now move to Alta's story by Ramona Zephyr. A woman stands alone and speaks out to the crowd.
People ask me why I cut my hair. I get comments like, oh, your hair looks cute. Your hair used to be so long. Wow, how many inches did you cut off? These seem like simple, innocent questions and comments, but on the inside, I'm grieving. I am in mourning. I am in pain. As I catch a glance of my reflection, I'm reminded of what once was. I remember the way my hair effortlessly flowed over my shoulders, gently lying against my back, much like the way Alta's soft cheek used to rest so peacefully on my chest. My haircut is a symbol of my love for my baby girl and for the emptiness I now have in my heart since her death. It is a symbol of my journey carrying my baby, diagnosed with a congenital heart defect and Down syndrome. It is my memory of being pregnant and accepting that my baby, Alta, will have a different and more difficult path than others. It is embracing my new role as a mother with a special needs child. It is navigating the political, social, and the personal stigmas a special needs child provides. It is a reminder of the long days spent in the hospital away from my other children and my husband, and praying for our baby to stay inside of me a little longer. It is trying to put on a brave face and convince myself that everything will be okay. It is the loneliness I feel in my hospital room, waiting for my one visitor, my husband, to bring me a change of clothing and a taco salad. It is the miracle that I am able to hear Alta's first cry as the doctor held her over the sterile drapes. It is the hope I had for my baby to grow and get strong enough to endure her coming fate. It is a glimmer of happiness that I let creep in. It is the long days and nights my husband and I spent together and apart, sitting by our daughter's side in the NICU. It is acknowledging I am not in control of the future and must trust what I have been told. It is the reassurance I continue to receive that Alta was getting the care she needed, even as doubt still resonated deep within me. It is the guilt I had when my youngest son said, "We are broken." It is the fear I had waiting for Alta to come out of open heart surgery. It is the despair I felt receiving horrible news that her heart and lungs are sick. Again, I am searching for answers. I continue to suppress the doubt inside and remind myself that what will be, will be. It is the devotion I had as I sat by Alta's side, grasping her little fingers. It is the faith I had as I sang into her ear while she was intubated, praying that she could hear me. It is the joy I felt when she was finally extubated, and I could look into her bright eyes and she could look back into mine. It is the amazing care Alta received from the nurses who put their blood, sweat, and tears into caring for her. It is sharing a connection with all of the other families in the NICU who are going through similar situations. It is the mercy we were given to see Alta recover from all that she endured during her 4 months in the NICU and the CCU. It is the gratitude and relief I felt when we were finally able to bring Alta home for the first time from the hospital after 4 months. It is the grace our family was given when our 3 older children were able to meet their baby sister for the first time. It is the pride I felt watching each one of them hold their baby sister tight in their arms. It is the contentment I had with all of us under one roof as we prepared to take on this new challenge, knowing that we were not broken at all. It is the worry that flooded our hearts and minds when Alta started to get sick again. It is reliving every moment I watched our daughter fight for her life. It is the tears that flowed down my cheeks after receiving news that our daughter had another rare condition that was missed as her doctor rushed into her room exclaiming, "We've been treating her wrong." It's the disbelief I had that our baby could survive so much just to endure more pain and suffering. And it is the mistrust I had in the healthcare system, wondering how a diagnosis like this could be missed. Is it because she has Down syndrome? Is it because she's a minority? It is the new uncertainty I have that our modern medicine just isn't enough. It is the trust I had in God as I was on my hands and knees in the hospital bathroom, begging Him to save my baby. It is the devastation of deciding to stop life support for our baby girl. It is a body-gripping pain I felt as I held you in my arms, watching you take your last breath. I'm so sorry, my sweet baby. It is the feeling of failure that I wasn't able to protect you as a mother should be able to do. It is saying goodbye to our precious Alta, who has changed our lives forever. It is the physical and emotional scars I now bear, reminding me of a life that will never be. So, people ask me why I cut my hair. And I smile, I nod, like it's a fashion statement. I don't tell them. I don't tell them how I knew I could carry this burden forever as strands of my hair fall to the floor. It is my culture, my tradition, to honor my baby girl. It is missing you every moment of every day. It is the tears of as I imagine a life that could have been. It is the love and faith we have that one day we will be reunited and we'll be able to hold our earth angel in our arms again.
End of play. We now move to A Bit of Color by Caitlin Harvey. Scene 1. In the Alzheimer's unit, plain tan walls, the only decor on the walls are signs saying wash your hands. Patients wander around getting lost in the hallways. All the walls look the same. It's a maze of barrenness. Annie, a nurse, enters stage left, walking down the hallway.
The Alzheimer's unit. I dread going down here. Bare, tan walls, cream-colored flooring, and just a whole lot of nothing. These patients have no clue what is going on, and they're bored out of their mind. Majority of the time, patients come in with one personality, and by the time a couple of months go by, there is no personality.
Elizabeth and Earl, her father, enter stage right, walking down the hallway.
Okay, Dad, this is where you'll be staying. Your bedroom is just a few doors down, cafeteria is down to the left, and where is the activities area? There has to be something for you to do when I'm not here.
Elizabeth sees Anne and grabs her attention.
Excuse me, ma'am. I was just wondering where the activities area was, or even a room with art. My dad needs to be doing stuff. He likes art, playing and listening to music, and he's very social.
Well, the best we can do here, sadly, is have social groups. We don't have anything really art-related here. To be completely honest, I wish we did. These patients would come alive and it would be amazing for them.
Interesting. So you think art would benefit these patients? You think it could make a difference?
These patients need to be engaged and stimulated. Art can, without a doubt, do that. It unlocks parts in their minds and allows them to explore.
Yes.
You said your father was Earl?
Yes.
I read his background report the other day, and I saw that he was into music, and still is now. Something about him breaking out into drum solos. I think having a visual art displaying something related to music, or even engaging in activities like music therapy would be great. There is a problem, though. We couldn't afford art if we wanted to. Even if there is funding, it always gets placed somewhere else.
Thank you. This was very useful to know.
Elizabeth waves to her dad and he walks over. Earl looks at Annie and says,
Rock on, honey!
all tongue up in his arm, displaying his rock and roll salute. Scene 2, 2 months later, Annie is in Earl's room.
Hey, Earl, would you like to take a walk or visit the others today?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. What about listening to your music collection? We used to do that all the time.
What? I'm okay. I might just rest today.
Okay, Earl, I'll check in with you later.
Annie speaks to the audience.
This has been the past couple of weeks. He doesn't seem interested in anything anymore. He gets excited to see family, but he has lost his passion for music. The first month he was here, that is all he wanted to do. All he wanted to talk about was listen to music. This always happens here. The patients always lose their personality, and this is why I hate coming to this unit.
Scene 3. Elizabeth is in a meeting with Doug, the administrator. She enters the conference room where he's sitting with a smile on his face.
Hello, it's great to finally meet you. Please, take a seat.
She sits down.
Now, I hear you would like to make a sizable donation to the Rehabilitation Center. Oh, this is just great news. I already have some great ideas on where we can disperse the money.
Yes, well, I will be making a sizable donation, but specifically for a certain unit. The Alzheimer's
Yes,
unit.
the Alzheimer's unit. Oh, what a beautiful addition to our facility. The patients really seem to be well taken care of. Now, the donation, there is a place where I think it needs to be put.
I agree that it is a well-kept unit. When was the last time you saw the patients? They need more to their unit, and all that is provided are blanket
Your
walls.
donation would be, best suited in other areas of the rehab facility. Short-term care needs more medical machines, probably, and we need the new line of workout equipment on the second floor. Our priority is to have a well-kept facility.
So you're saying that you want my donation to go towards workout machines that will make the hospital visually look better? I'm just confused as to why that is needed. There is a unit at your hospital where there is a lack of care and needs art.
We both want this facility to be better. I think for this facility, we need your donation money elsewhere. I mean, the Alzheimer's unit is great. Elizabeth, I'm so grateful that you're here. I really am. We're both on the same page and believe this donation will better this facility. I just think you don't fully understand this facility and how necessary it is for us to get this new workout equipment. Plus, the spring sale is going on right now, and there's a great deal for the Space Gray line.
If you would have told me sooner that the Space Gray line was available, then I would have handed you the money right away. Are you kidding me? I can't believe this. Patients in the Alzheimer's unit deserve the best care. I am paying a great deal of money for my father to be here, and my money being spent needs to be worth it.
Annie walks past the conference room, notices a man in a suit talking with her old daughter Elizabeth. She lurks.
Look, this facility would benefit greatly with your donation. Without your money, this facility won't be able to thrive like it could. I personally believe the donation needs to be put in other areas, not the Alzheimer's unit. Art does make a difference, or whatever else you were talking about.
I would gladly donate the money. That is why I'm here, isn't it? Employees agree that the donation needs to be put here. The donation is going toward the Alzheimer's unit. Without me, you are not getting the donation.
Employees? Who has been talking to you about this? Workers here also think there's some sort of problem?
Oh God, I can't get into this. I should have never said anything. I cannot get fired.
I have heard some complaints, yes. Everything how this would affect the employees here? And no, I will not say who, but just know it has come to my attention.
Annie tries to sneak past the room.
Sir, I can only imagine you don't know this, but my father, Earl, is actually a patient here. In the Alzheimer's unit, might I add. You talk about the unit being fine and the patients are healthy, but I don't see that in my dad. It's been 40 days that my father has been here, and he is a different person. There is nothing in that unit that is stimulating him. And that is hard on someone who has Alzheimer's.
Elizabeth sees Annie trying to sneak past.
Annie!
Annie draws her attention and makes motions for Annie to come in. Annie carefully walks in, senses the tension.
Hello.
Annie takes care of my dad. Annie, have you noticed how my dad's personality seems to be fading away?
Look, I really don't want to get into the middle of this. I have noticed some changes. Obviously, each Alzheimer's patient is different, but they do seem to deteriorate after some time here.
Annie, you said? Have you actually noticed changes from their arrival compared to now?
She swallows and shakes her head yes.
Okay, we will use your donation to get art, if that's important to you, and I guess the employees too, then we'll utilize your money in this way. One exception. You have to handle this. You want this so badly that you have to find the art and coordinate with the Alzheimer's unit to make this work out. So please talk to the families and employees here.
Sounds perfect to me, sir.
Scene 4, 1 month later. Elizabeth is walking with Earl and Annie down the newly decorated halls of the Alzheimer's unit. Elizabeth whispers over to Annie.
I can tell a difference in him, you know. The interactive room, the dramatic paintings on the walls, the activities. It has all brought life back to him.
Couldn't agree more.
He plays with imaginary drumsticks.
Wow. I never imagined that the day that I would enjoy going to the Alzheimer's unit. I feel like the patients are full of color and their personalities are shining. This is what Alzheimer's units need. Something as simple as a painting can enhance their experience with this disease.
End of play. We move now to Coffee Break by Presley Bingston. In Scene 1, in the emergency room, Katie, the nurse, enters patient Sarah Johnson's room.
Miss Johnson, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Where am I?
Hello, Miss Johnson. My name is Katie. I will be taking care of you tonight. It looks like you might be having a hyperglycemic episode. Your blood sugar is very high. Your heart rate is also high, and you have been falling in and out of consciousness. Miss Johnson, when was the last time you took your insulin?
Insulin? I've never taken insulin a day in my life. What on earth is going on? How did I get here? My goodness, you look like my daughter Megan. Well, you look like her when she was younger. She's older now, and I haven't seen her in a few years.
Oh, Miss Johnson, I'm so sorry.
Never mind that. I'm sorry. And please, call me Sarah. So what is going on? What are all these tubes hooked up to my arm?
Sarah, we have started you on an insulin drip to get your blood sugar under control. It was extremely high when you first came in.
I see. I just don't understand what happened.
How have you felt lately? Any out of the ordinary symptoms or changes in your regular routine?
In my routine? My gosh, the better question is, what hasn't changed in my routine lately? I've recently been let go from my job, and I decided to leave Lincoln, where my ex-husband still lives, and look for jobs here in Denver. I've always loved the mountains.
Sarah, I'm sorry to hear that you have been let go.
No, it's not your fault. Anyway, with all the stress I've been under in the past weeks, I've lost something like 15 pounds. Well, I guess that's pretty good, right? So, I don't know. No out of the ordinary symptoms, really. The only thing I can think of is that I've been really thirsty lately. It seems like no amount of water can take that away.
Well, the weight loss and thirst and this episode that you have come in for tonight all appear to be symptoms of diabetes. My mom actually had very similar symptoms when she was first diagnosed. It's almost crazy how similar you two are.
Oh, no. It can't be diabetes. I'm just fine. Why don't you just get me unhooked from this machine and I'll be on my way.
Miss Johnson, I don't think that would be a wise idea.
Well, Katie, you don't understand. Because I've been let go from my job, they've taken me from their health insurance plan. I have no way of paying for insulin or diabetic medication.
Sarah, my mom passed away from a hyperglycemic episode just like this. She was so skeptical of doctors and medicine, she refused to take her insulin, took her meds every once in a while, and eventually her body could not handle it. Sarah, I'm going to do everything I can to get you what you need to get this under control.
Scene 2. Katie enters Dr. Cullen's office. He's looking at his computer, not listening to her.
Hello, Dr. Cullen. You have a new patient in room 3. Sarah Johnson. She's coming in for an episode of severe hyperglycemia. I've diagnosed her with diabetes. She will need diabetic meds and insulin prescribed in order to leave.
I'm sorry, Katie. What did you say?
New patient, room 3, hyperglycemia. She will need diabetic meds and insulin prescribed in order to leave.
Okay, well, prescribe them.
Well, the only problem is that she doesn't have health insurance right now. Diabetic meds alone could be $800 and then...
The only problem? Well, that's a major problem. Gosh, I guess we just can't treat everyone.
But Dr. Cullen, what is she supposed to do? Another episode like this will kill her.
Well, why does something like this always happen before I'm just about to leave for vacation? Katie, if she can't pay for the meds, there's really nothing we can do for her. I mean, well, we could submit a prior authorization to the state, see if they'll cover it, but odds are they won't. I think I've seen them maybe accept 4 requests without a fight in the 45 years I've practiced medicine.
Well, it's worth a shot.
Oh, if you have the time and money, go for it, I guess. Guess you're getting a feel for the shitty side of medicine. I wish I could tell you it got better.
Scene 3. Katie gets on the phone to the state insurance representative, Karen, to see if anything can be done to cover the medication.
Hi there, my name is Katie Weston. I'm the meds student on call tonight. I'm calling in regards to a patient needing coverage for diabetic meds and insulin. She came in unconscious from a hyperglycemic episode with blood sugar levels at 320.
Sorry, ma'am. We only cover diabetic meds when the blood sugar is at 325. Maybe you could give her a piece of candy or something?
Excuse me, what?
Well, you know, to get her blood sugar up.
Why on earth would I do that? It's clear that her blood sugar is extremely elevated. What difference is 5 points going to make?
Sorry, ma'am. Strict policy. Can't change it. We found hard candy like a sucker works best.
That's insane. With the state she's in, one piece of candy could send her into a complete state of unconsciousness again. Do you not understand how this works?
Well, I just answered phones, so I'm sorry, ma'am. It seems like a simple solution to me, but if the hospital doesn't have any candy lying around...
Listen, Karen, this woman is going to die if we let her walk out of the hospital without anything to regulate her sugars. She needs the coverage of diabetic meds.
Well, maybe next time she comes in at that level, that she'll be right at 325, and we'll be more than happy to help her. Have a good day now. Bye.
But Karen, wait!
She slams the phone down and walks back into Dr. Cullen's office. Scene 4. Back in Sarah's hospital room, Katie's trying to sound optimistic.
Sarah, hi. How are you feeling?
Hi there, Katie. I'm better, I think. I'm able to keep my eyes open at least.
Well, that's a start. I'm in the process of trying to get the state insurance to cover your diabetic meds and insulin. Things aren't looking too optimistic at the moment, but I will keep trying.
No, don't sweat it. I think I'll be just fine without them. The only thing I'm concerned about is my next meal. Am I hungry?
Well, I can get you some food, but we'll just have to give you more insulin after you eat to level out your blood sugar.
Okay, that's fine with me, just as long as you find me something to eat. Maybe a sandwich. Oh, and some coffee. That would be great.
Katie steps out to walk into Doctor's office, and she bumps into Professor Edwards, one of her professors from med school.
Professor Edwards, how are you?
Katie, I'm good. Nice to see you. How are rounds going so far? Looks pretty busy.
Well, things were going better until tonight. I've been back and forth trying to get meds covered for a recently admitted patient. I've had no luck. I just can't bear walking back in that room to see her smiling face and tell her there's nothing we can do for her.
That's rough. Sounds like a typical night in the ER, though. Got any exciting plans for this weekend?
A typical night. This happens a lot.
Oh, all the time. Patients are always coming in with issues the hospital is legally required to fix in the present, but we can't help them with future care if they can't afford it.
But isn't that just doing more harm in the long run? I mean, if we fix their problem just for them to turn around in a week and come back with the exact same issue, no progress has been made.
Oh, I hear ya, but I guess it's just the system these days. Things were different back when I was practicing. I'm glad to be out of it and back in the classroom teaching now. It's a good change of pace. A whole lot less anxiety and stress, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's good, I guess. Well, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Edwards, I've got to get back to my mission of getting this patient meds.
Well, good luck to you. You'll need it.
Scene 6. Katie has worked up the courage to speak with Mr. Lakeside, the leader of the hospital administration. She sees he's at his desk for the first time in months, so goes to talk to him.
Hello, Mr. Lakeside. My name is Katie. I'm working in the emergency room tonight. We have a patient who needs to leave this hospital with diabetic meds and needs the state to cover them.
Who are you?
My name is Katie Weston, sir. I'm a student at the medical school, and I just started my round of emergency medicine. Mr. Lakeside, I have a patient who needs help.
Okay, well, what did the insurance rep tell you?
She said they wouldn't cover the meds because her blood sugars were 5 points too low. But a blood sugar of 320 is extremely high, and
Katie, I have nothing else to tell you then. If you can't follow the rules of insurance companies, then maybe this job isn't for you.
Katie walks out, slams the door.
gosh, maybe this isn't for me.
Scene 7, back in Sarah's room.
Sarah, how are you?
Oh, much better now that I've had this insulin going in me for the past couple of hours. I guess I really do need it.
Yes, you do.
So, any update on the insurance issue?
No luck with the doctor. No luck with the insurance company. Well, no luck with my professor, and no luck with hospital administration.
Oh, wow. You talked to all of those people.
I did. And since they didn't see the importance of helping you, I've decided to take matters into my own hands.
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
Well, I grabbed about a month's worth of diabetic sample meds and a basket of insulin. Why don't I get you unhooked? We'll get this all bagged up, and then what do you say we go get that coffee you wanted?
Sounds good to me.
Dr. Cullen peeks his head around the corner and says, "Screw it, I'll come too." End of play. We move now to Thanks Tomorrow by Nick Olison. We're in a nondescript examination room at an urban doctor's office. Dr. Morrow stands in the corner of the room writing something on a clipboard. Calvin walks in cautiously, not sure if this is the right room or not.
Hello there, doctor?
Yes, hello.
Hi. I'm just here for my checkup.
Dr. Morrow hurries to him, shuts the door with a funny little bow.
Awesome. Calvin, yeah? Calvin Whiteley?
Yeah, that's me.
Of course it is. You have a Calvin air about you.
I guess.
You're new to this city, huh? New job, right? Must have been something awesome to get you to pull up stakes like that.
Yeah, it's not a bad job.
I'm glad to hear that. You can tell me all about it if you want. I'm curious.
Yeah, maybe later? I'd like to get my checkup all done first.
Fair enough. But, Calvin, is there anything you want before we get started?
What do you mean?
Coffee, tea, a little bite of something? Did you have breakfast?
Oh, yeah, I did. And no, I think I'm all right. I don't want to put you through any trouble.
What's the trouble?
Well, the break room is pretty far.
No, it's right here!
He opens up the cabinet to reveal a whole arsenal of snacks, kitchenware, a coffee machine, a tea kettle, a small microwave, piles of granola bars, and bags of crackers.
It's really no trouble, Calvin. I just want everyone who walks in my office to feel comfortable, ready to face the day, you know?
All I need is a checkup.
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna check you up, down, and sideways. So, how do you like your coffee?
Okay, it's okay, really. I don't need anything.
No glass of water, then? No massage? That's fine, just lie down right there, then.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Lie down on the examination table.
No, before that. Why did you offer me a massage?
Oh, I offer massages to all my patients.
Okay, yeah, but why?
Well, massages are the first step to a healthy mind and body. They can relieve stress and muscle tension, I'm sure you've heard.
I know what massages are for, but that's not really a normal thing for a doctor to do, is it?
Just trying to help, Calvin. I got the feeling you were in pain. The way you walked in, it looked odd. Like an indisposed penguin.
I feel fine. Look, why am I lying down already? What about my weight?
Oh, you look like you're in good shape. I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I mean, don't you have to measure it? And my height too, or?
I'll just write down 6'2". Does that work?
I'm 5'8".
I'll put 6'2", don't worry.
Whatever, let's just get this over with.
Sure thing. But I have one more question for you,
Oh
Calvin.
my God.
Is there anything you want to talk about? I'm here to listen.
Okay, what do you mean talk? What are you trying to get me to say?
Nothing in particular. We can talk about anything that's bothering you.
No, this is all just a waste of time. I signed up for a 30-minute visit. You have other appointments, don't you?
If you would like to talk. I'm willing to suspend any plans that I have for as long as necessary.
Okay, look, you're a doctor, aren't you? You're not a massage therapist or a damn psychiatrist. I mean, just do something normal. Like, come and tell me if I have heart disease or whatever.
I've gotten the sense that you're troubled or anxious. I can try to help you get it all out of your system.
No way. I mean, come on, this is weird.
What's weird, Calvin? I'm just trying to help. That's what doctors are supposed to
Okay,
do.
all you're doing is scaring me. Are you even a real doctor? You're a freak.
I'm scaring you.
Yes!
Well, help me understand, if you can, what have your previous doctors been like?
Well, they don't try to get all buddy-buddy with me. They don't ask me to do weird shit. Most doctors just get everything done as quickly as possible. No funny games or anything. I pay and they tell me what I need to know.
So you would feel more comfortable if I just rushed you through this visit and I didn't try to talk to you at all?
I mean, well, that's normal.
So in other words, you don't trust me because I care?
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself. All doctors care, even if they aren't able to show it.
Well, sure, but what's wrong with showing it? Let me ask you this. Have you always been satisfied with these other doctors every time you see them?
I guess not. But at least I know what I'm getting.
I always want my patients to feel like they matter. I'm not trying to play funny games or scare you, I'm trying to help. Don't you want a doctor to be nice?
No, I mean, I don't know. It's not normal.
You're right. It's not. But why can't it be? People need to know that they're cared for. It's a problem with the system, Calvin, and I'm changing it.
Sounds like a tall order.
Do you like the system as it is?
No, but it's a lot to think about.
You don't have to think about it. You're a patient. You just need to relax. Now, about that massage.
Well, maybe just a bit. I mean, my back is a little sore.
I can take care of that for you.
End of play. We move now, friends, to the corporate, the callous, and COVID by Anonymous. From left to right, we have the corporate trainer, the meatpacking plant laborer mother, the activist son, and the senator. The trainer is welcoming the new hires of Tyson Food on the first day of their orientation.
Welcome to Tyson Foods, where you are treated with dignity and respect. Headquartered in Springdale, Arkansas, our company has over 139,000 team members. Through its core values, Tyson Foods and our 123 Tyson meat processing plants strives to operate with integrity, create value for its shareholders, customers, communities, and team members. We serve as a steward of the animals, land, and environment that are entrusted to us. The work you will do is so important. Amazing team members like you helped Tyson Foods profit $5.384 billion this year, a whopping 7.21% increase from last year. Isn't that amazing? Now, keep in mind, the work that you do is hard. Meatpacking plant workers experience the highest rate of traumatic injuries of any manufacturing industry. It's likely that a third of you will experience an occupational injury that may affect you for the rest of your lives. Musculoskeletal disorders, including both acute injuries and repetitive strain injuries, are very common here. But other health hazards you'll encounter include exposure to infectious diseases and skin and respiratory disorders, problems caused by environmental stressors like cold, heat, noise, chemical exposures, explosions, fires, and work stress. So, here are some stretches that can help. Great! Okay, now that we've checked that box, does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, good. Thank you for your attention. You're going to love it here.
Scene 2, fast forward to the first wave of the pandemic. The laborer mother is fresh off of work. She sits at her kitchen table next to her hard hat, her hair a mess. She looks exhausted as she talks to her son on the phone.
Welcome to Tyson Foods, where you are treated with dignity and respect.
It's getting so bad. So many people are sick that they won't stay home. Tyson is paying people bonuses if they don't miss days, so people will still come in even if they are sick. Masks don't stop it. There's not enough room to stay away from each other.
Have you said anything? They have to figure it out. It's a health mandate. They literally don't have a choice.
No one can say anything that will change it. Some have tried. Management tells us we are scared to stay home, and they won't strike us with negative points.
So stay home, Mom. Fuck that job. It's too dangerous. We don't know what this virus is.
I can't stay home, Matthew. Your dad and I need the money. If I get sick and have to be out, I can't get paid. My disability insurance was used up when I got into that accident on the line last summer. We need to work and save money.
I really think we can find you another job. You can't stay there. Not like this.
No, Matthew. My education only went till the 8th grade. I don't have experience anywhere else. My English isn't the best. Nobody dreams of being a packing plant worker when they grow up. But it's all I know how to do.
I'm making some calls and sending some emails.
I love you, honey, but don't waste your time. The plant cares about the money. The managers care about their bonuses. And the customers want meat. Nothing will change. Nobody cares about us.
Mom, we can do something about this. I just have a feeling. Someone out there has to have the ability to hold them accountable.
Scene 3. The activist son has spent the last 3 months trying to connect to media outlets, workers' rights organizations, government representatives, and anyone who will listen. Through the ACLU of Nebraska, he finally gets a Zoom meeting with a state senator. They're on a Zoom call.
Welcome to Tyson Foods, where you are treated with dignity and respect.
Thank you so much for agreeing to meet with me, Senator. I greatly appreciate your time. I know you are incredibly busy, and even more so during this pandemic.
Hey, absolutely. I'm always happy to meet with my constituents. What brings you to me today?
Well, sir, I'll start with a short introduction. I am Matthew. I am honored to come before you as a born and raised Nebraskan. I believe very much in our state's university system as a Nebraska University graduate. Beyond that, homegrown values called me to serve in our state's National Guard.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for your service. I served from 88 to 96. That value of service is something I've always carried with me.
Yes, sir, agreed. It is so important. I'm here because my parents and many like them have given decades of their lives in service of the industry that feeds not just our great state, but also this great country. Right now, they could really use some help from people such as yourself and your colleagues.
Scene 4. The mother and son together.
My hands locked up on me today. They hurt so bad right now. Tyson is running the production line at full speed, even though half the people are out sick.
Tell your supervisors, your managers, that you all can't keep up with the rate.
Plant managers don't care about us. They barely look us in the eyes, let alone talk to us. We might as well be microwaves or stair railings. We're a commodity to the leadership.
Okay, well, sometimes the highest level in the organizations don't know what's happening on the floor. Take it to higher leadership in the place.
You don't get it, Matthew. No one cares. Someone complained to one of our highest leaders a few weeks ago. A low-level supervisor at a plant jumped a couple of his bosses to let the entire building superintendent know that health policy was not being enforced in his unit. He also told him that the line was moving too fast and people's hands were aching. The building superintendent didn't do a thing about it.
What did he say about that?
He said that if his floor superintendents allowed it, that it was his call. The man then took the complaint directly to HR, who accused him of lying and sided with the building superintendent.
Those motherfuckers. Maybe we can document all of this and take it to corporate.
Matthew, there is a corporate hotline for reporting. If you file a complaint, corporate will come down to investigate.
Perfect. So we just...
When corporate comes to the plant, people scramble so that they find nothing wrong by the time they show up. They say the line is supposed to be anonymous, but management always finds out who made the report. They make work very hard for the people who report.
Then we have to go higher than Tyson Foods themselves.
Please, Matthew, we need to stop. I'm so tired. If they find out what you've been doing, I could lose everything.
I'm being safe, Mom. I promise.
Scene 5.
Welcome to Tyson Foods, where you are treated with dignity and respect.
The activist son and the senator are back on a Zoom call.
Sir, I am concerned about the on-ground practices in our state's packing plants, particularly the one in Lexington, sir.
Concerned about what precisely? The governor just sent an on-site survey team from the University of Nebraska Medical Center to that plant. But we're all very impressed with the distancing, the glass barriers, and the masks.
Yes, sir, I read about that visit. On the ground, things look a little different on the average day.
Are the masks not being worn correctly? Are they not enforcing distancing?
Not the extent they need to be, and only strictly when there are visitors. But even in places where the distance barriers and masks are in place and enforced, some people are still getting sick.
So are you proposing that we halt the meat supply chain? I know various ranchers that would be in big trouble if we did something that ridiculous.
No, sir. I'm proposing that we hold companies accountable to paying their workers when they are sick, if their insurance does not cover it. And I am proposing that we hold businesses accountable if there is evidence of negligence.
If there were problems, the workers would speak for themselves. Have you considered that you're making a mountain out of a molehill?
Sir, with all due respect, people aren't reporting. Not because there's nothing wrong. People aren't reporting because they fear retaliation and they fear their livelihoods will be threatened.
I think that the plants are doing all they can, given the circumstances, young man.
I'm here before you, Senator, because they absolutely aren't. I urge you to consider that all of our communities are connected, as different or as far as apart they may seem from each other. COVID is not just affecting my parents' community, it is also straining the towns around them because their local healthcare system is overtaxed. It has affected all of our region's providers. It is stretching our community leaders. Things that specifically affect one population will eventually pull us all down.
This is a bit alarmist, don't you think? This is only affecting certain populations. Also, I heard people are getting sick because of their multi-generational households.
It is not because of the plant where my parents work have hurt their employees repeatedly, only to be admonished time and time again by people in positions of power or influence. They are in an enclosed environment with a virus that could potentially be airborne. People are starting to get sick more than once. At this point, it is not a matter of if you will get it, but when. People are dying.
Oh, will you look at that? 11:29. I have a hard stop at 11:30.
Sir, wait, please, can you please just continue these discussions? I have so much more I need to share with you.
I'm sorry, young man. This just isn't a priority with me at this time.
Scene 6.
Welcome to Tyson Foods, where you are treated with dignity and respect.
Mom and son are together. Mom is in a bed, hooked up to a ventilator, and the child is holding a mug and a washcloth to the mother's face.
Did he say that he would help us?
No, I didn't. Rest, honey, please.
I told you, it's no use fighting these things.
We have to try, Mom.
End of play. We will head out to The Case of the Missing Dinner by Danica Jarrett. The play takes place in a retirement facility. We see an employee, the ambassador, walking down the hall, her arms full, carefully balancing a stack full of papers, a cell phone, a pager, and a tape dispenser. We watch as she takes a piece of paper to each door. In the background, we hear indistinct chatter over a walkie-talkie clipped to her belt loop. She's clearly in a hurry. A voice comes over the radio.
Where's 302's food?
I don't know, but I can run down to the kitchen to check, I guess.
She runs to the kitchen. The two teenager servers are on their phones.
Hey, have you seen 302's food? I called down about it earlier.
Wasn't that 301?
Let me go look in the kitchen. I don't see food in here in the kitchen, but let me try to find the ticket.
Well, I called and ordered it way earlier.
I've checked on the counter and I've checked both warmers and I don't see the food in here. Don't you remember me calling it in? I asked if you wrote it down. 302, dinner special, dessert and a cup of coffee for delivery. The computer said you entered it as a pickup, so it was never delivered.
Well, if we put it in as a pickup, then why didn't you pick it up?
It's way past dinner now. They probably threw it away.
Well, can't you make her something?
Does she want a salad? They're already made in the cooler.
Does 302 want a salad?
No.
Oh, she doesn't want a salad.
The servers continue to look at their phones.
Can't you make anything else?
We can make her chicken strips. Oh, wait, actually, I'm not allowed to use the grill.
The ambassador leaves the kitchen and runs to the desk. There, the phone is ringing. She answers it.
Meadowville Senior Living, how can I help you?
Hello, I'm upstairs in room 234 and there's no hot water.
Oh, no. Okay, let me contact our on-call maintenance and we'll see if we can get that fixed for you.
A voice from above is heard as a resident leans over the railing on the second floor and calls down to the desk. I don't have hot water in my room.
I'm working on getting that resolved right now, actually. This is the ambassador at Meadville Senior Living, and we have some residents saying that they don't have hot water.
Can you go to the mop closet and call me?
Can someone come down and watch the desk while I run and check the closets?
No answer from the radio.
302 wants a sandwich.
Sure, I just have to run and check the closets, and then I'll run to the kitchen and make 302 a sandwich. What kind of sandwich does she want? Does she like PB&J?
No answer from the radio. The ambassador rushes down the hallway. The cell phone in her hand starts ringing.
Meadowville Senior Living, how can I help you?
The pager for 234 has been going off for 15 minutes. Can you get on the radio and have someone go see what they need?
Sure, I just have to run and check the closets and then run to the kitchen and make 302 a sandwich because she didn't get her dinner, but I'll take care of that first.
She gets on the radio.
Can somebody check on 324? Her pager's been going off for a while now.
No answer on the radio.
Where's 302's sandwich?
I just have to run upstairs and check 324, then I'll run down and check the closets on my way to the kitchen to make a sandwich. Is anyone able to watch the desk? I just have to run upstairs, check 324, and then run to the closet, then I'll run down to the kitchen to make the sandwich.
No answer on the radio. Flustered from running around, she gets to the closet door, pulls a giant ring of keys, checks each one, frustration mounting, finally gets in and calls the on-call maintenance worker.
Okay, I'm in the closet.
Do you see the mop sink?
Yeah, I see it.
Are the handles in the on or off position?
They're pointed forwards, I guess that means they're on.
Okay, push them back until they're parallel to the wall.
Okay, now what?
What's happening is the cold water is mixing with the hot and lowering the temperature of the water. It needs to recirculate through the whole building. It'll just take a couple of minutes.
The ambassador heads back to the desk. She hears the resident from above. I still don't have hot water in my room.
Interesting. Let me call maintenance and see if there's something else I can do.
How long is it going to take? I need to take a shower and I don't have hot water. She calls the on-call maintenance again.
Is the ambassador at Meadville Senior Living? Oh, it's the ambassador at Meadville Senior Living, and we have some residents saying they still don't have hot water.
Well, did you check the second mop closet?
Where's 302's sandwich?
I just have to run and check the other closet, then I'll be down to the kitchen to make the sandwich. Okay, I'll go check the closet, but how long until you think they'll come back?
Well, it has to circulate through the whole building, so it could take a while.
Back in the kitchen, she sees the girls still on their phones.
Hey, girls, can you...
I don't know why she just can't use DoorDash.
For real.
DoorDash, really, for a resident?
What's wrong with that?
Ugh.
The ambassador is scrambling around the big commercial kitchen looking for bread and toppings to make a sandwich. There's very little visible light except for from the cooler that illuminates the kitchen. It's dark and creepy as she finally gets out, feeling proud of her handiwork at the front desk.
I have the sandwich. Does someone want to come down here and get it?
No answer from the radio. She runs to the resident's door, met with cautionary signs and PPE equipment as the resident's on quarantine. She gowns up, gloves up, and switches out her mask for an N95, happy to finally give the resident her sandwich. As she knocks on the door,
Miss Hamilton, I heard you didn't get your dinner. I brought you a...
the resident opens the door, snatches the sandwich, and slams the door in the ambassador's face. Into play. All right, friends, we enter our home stretch with Viral Strain by Gabrielle Kuhl. Maddie is sitting in her bedroom when her roommate Blair opens the door.
How's it Gucci?
Oh my god, excruciating to be honest. I already took an oatmeal bath and a shot of oregano oil and straight up iced it, and it still feels like my vagina is trying to murder me.
Well, I'm headed to work, but let me know if you need anything.
Actually, you haven't seen a tube of lidocaine, have you? I thought I had some left over from my last outbreak, but I've looked everywhere.
Nah, I haven't seen anything. Maybe you left it at a guy's house.
Dude, you know I haven't fucked anyone in like 6 months.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, feel better.
Thanks, girl. Have a good shift.
You know I won't.
Blair shuts the door on the way out. Scene 2, still in her room, Maddie makes a phone call.
Women's Wellness Center, this is Julie. How can I help you?
Hi there. I'm just calling because I was diagnosed with herpes by one of your doctors like 4 years ago. Anyways, now I'm having an outbreak and I was hoping I could get a prescription for lidocaine.
Well, let me just get your information pulled up here really quick. I'm seeing that you haven't been to see one of our doctors in over a year, so that is just simply not possible. But not surprising for someone like you to be irresponsible.
Excuse me, what?
Oh, I said, would you like to make an appointment? Our next available is in just 3 weeks. How about that?
Oh, well, no thank you, but I appreciate it. Have a good one. Bitch.
Maddie opens her laptop and searches for over-the-counter herpes pain remedies on the online forum Reddit. She reads aloud to herself.
At-home pain relief for genital herpes. Manuka honey, try Orajel. Is that really safe? Propolis, ancient herbal remedy. Oh, that's an adlysine and zinc for prevention.
She begins to talk with a username from Reddit.
Hi there, just wondering why everyone on here is talking like herpes is no big deal.
Sorry, who are you? But to answer your question, it actually isn't a big deal for a lot of us.
Because if some bitch I wanted to fuck with told me she was a carrier, I would go, oh, Chris Brown.
I'm actually kind of glad I have it at this point. Keeps me from dating total douchebags like you.
All I'm trying to say here is that it is an incurable disease, and it's ridiculous to talk like it's fine. I just think that it isn't very fair to your partners if anyone is dumb enough to date someone with the scarlet H. If you really love someone, how could you justify taking that risk? How would you feel if they were punished for a lifestyle you chose?
Bro, I got it like the 3rd time I had sex. 90% of the people I fucked have been post-herpes, and I've disclosed to all of them. 90% is also the percent of dudes who have herpes and don't know it.
I mean, I get a cold sore about once a year, but I got those when I was just a little boy by being kissed by my sweet mom. Bless her heart. Unlike y'all who got it on your junk because you were having sex in the sewer or whatever, I just hope some of you learned your lesson and aren't out there contaminating other people.
You'd be lucky. You know what? Forget it. Have fun making out with your mom or whatever.
She closes her laptop, puts on her shoes, and heads to a pharmacy.
Hi, I'm a pharmacist. Are you picking something up?
I was actually just wondering if you could tell me where the Orajel is and if it's safe to put in other places, you know, besides on your gums.
What exactly are you wondering about?
Well, I am having a herpes outbreak, and I can't get a prescription called in. I'm in a lot of pain, and I work an 8-hour serving shift tomorrow, so I'm just not sure what to do.
Oh, well, you should have just said that. It's such a common thing. I mean, nothing to be ashamed of anyway. You should really just call it a cold sore, though. It sounds much less repulsive. The Abrevazine IL-7 behind you. There's also a generic version and a few other topical treatments.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about a cold sore. I mean herpes.
Pardon me?
You know, herpes. Herpes? I usually get a prescription for lidocaine, but I can't get it, and all of the over-the-counter stuff is for athletes or whatever, and I just don't think I ought to put that somewhere it doesn't belong, you know?
Yes, I agree. You shouldn't put anything where it doesn't belong, but here we are, huh? So here, take some of these free condoms.
What the fuck?
Oh, I'm sorry, you don't know what those are. Condoms are a form of contraceptive that also helps prevent STDs. You simply...
I know what a goddamn condom is. What I don't know is why you and everyone else has to be such a fucking asshole, making your little holier-than-thou jokes. Do you know that, like, 1 in 6 people has herpes?
No, that is a shocking statistic. I didn't know that 1 in 6 people have sex with everyone they meet and lacks all self-respect. Truly tragic.
You know what? You want to hear something really crazy, Matt?
Not particularly, no.
Here it is anyways. 10% of the male population has herpes and doesn't even know it. The rate of transmission from men with herpes to women who don't is around 3% encounter without protection.
Okay, miss, this really has nothing to do with me.
If I, a woman who has herpes and is fully aware of what condoms are, uses one to have sex with a man who doesn't have it, His chance of getting it is about 0.06%. Do you know what that means?
That you took one statistics class and you finally found out what condoms are?
No! Oh, and I forgot to mention, herpes isn't on the default STI screening, so it means that if you're assuming you don't have herpes, any woman you are having unprotected sex with has a 0.3% chance of getting it from you. Meanwhile, if I have protected sex with a man who doesn't have herpes, his risk is 0.06%, meaning I'm offering better odds than you, sir.
Hold up here, Carmela. Now you've got my attention. Are you saying we should fuck?
What? No, what I'm saying is, you should really consider fucking yourself.
End of play. And last but certainly not least, we have Jessica Lochner's Waiting on Change. We open at a reception desk in a crowded waiting room. Each chair and couch is filled with different types of people of all ages, some of which have to stand. Cecilia comes in.
Hello, my name is Cecilia. I have an appointment with Dr. Actavia at 2.
Okay, Miss Cecilia, do you have your copay ready?
A copay? I've never had that here before. My insurance should cover it.
It looks like you aren't covered by insurance anymore, Miss Cecilia.
There's no way that could have happened. Could you maybe help me call them? I can never seem to get a hold of anyone.
I'm afraid there's a line behind you, but can you try to call while you can try to call while you wait for your doctor. Until then, I will still need a copay to finish checking you in.
I can't miss this appointment. Here, that's all I have.
She hands him some cash.
Thank you, Miss Cecilia. Have a seat in the waiting room. The doctor should be out in the next hour.
Hour?
The receptionist is already with the next patient. In the waiting room, all the guests are on phones. Some are tapping their feet. Children are crying. One man stands up and storms to the receptionist.
Excuse me, I have been waiting here with my daughter for 45 minutes now. She can barely breathe and needs to be seen immediately. My appointment was for 1, and I should still be in this goddamn waiting room.
Sir, I need you to not use that word, and I don't control what the doctors do or whether they can be on time. Now, please be a good role model for your daughter and be patient like the rest of those who are waiting.
Role model? Who are you to tell me how to behave around my own child? I want to speak to your supervisor right
The
now.
receptionist gets a phone call, takes it. The man sighs.
Happy Healthcare, how may I help you today?
Cecilia sits with the other women in the waiting room.
What was that about?
Most of us have been waiting for over 30 minutes now. It just seems like they don't care about us anymore. I've been coming here for the last 40 years. Each year I wait longer, pay more, and still they can't seem to help.
Why don't you find another place?
Well, this is all the same. It becomes a matter of choosing who will be the least difficult and not getting your hopes up that they can help you.
Sorry to eavesdrop, but I think she's right. This is my 6th doctor's visit this month. I have this painful lump growing on my shoulder blade, but no one can figure it out. I've been prescribed more medicine than should be legal. Feels like I could die, they would still see me as another paycheck.
Well, everyone keeps saying they. Who is to blame?
Definitely the government.
It's the damn doctors.
It's the receptionist who can't keep track of anything.
Excuse me?
It's all these over-dramatic
The
patients.
doctor comes in.
Whoa, guys, time out. We're all here to get better and help, and the people working here want to help us do that. This shouldn't be a fight. Where are these problems coming from?
Well, no, it's not me. I do my job, read through notes, and document new ones. I don't have time to sit with each patient all day long.
So if you can't spend hardly any time with us, why is there a room full of people waiting so long?
Like I said, I just do my job, I don't control the times, and I don't need to explain myself to any of you.
But if anyone has the power to make it better, it's you.
That's
Me?
right.
I can't do this alone. I just do as I'm told. Healthcare is a business. It's about the money, not the patient, and that's just the way it is.
That's all we are to you, walking money bags?
That's a bit dramatic, don't you think? I make sure every patient who comes in this office is taken care of.
What's your definition of taken care of? A multitude of drugs and a pat on the back?
Letting our children suffer because you can't keep track
I
of
don't
time.
have to listen to this anymore. If you guys are so fed up with the system, then go to another doctor's office to harass.
He starts to leave.
You can't just leave, or aren't you listening? You are supposed to help us and not send us away.
Don't waste your breath, honey. It won't change anything.
Y'all have no idea what you're talking about or who you're up against.
Well, let's see about that. Now, show of hands, who thinks we should all just find another doctor?
They hesitantly raise their hand.
No, we can't give them a satisfaction. If we leave here today and they're going to keep acting this way, we have to work together to stop their corruption.
That's right.
Done.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to keep letting them charge us ridiculous amounts of money for poisonous drugs?
No
No.
way.
Yeah, and are we going to keep waiting hours past our scheduled times only to be seen for maybe 5 minutes?
Stop
Absolutely
that.
not.
Octavia.
Then let's tear this place apart!
Oh, no.
We're in! I'll start us off!
She knocks over a chair. Everyone joins in to destroy the waiting room. They rip the artwork off the walls. They tip the couches over. They smash the windows.
Whoa.
They take the receptionist's phone and throw it on the ground.
I want to be listened to.
I don't want to feel this pain.
I want my daughter to be seen.
I'm tired of paying luxury prices for shit treatment!
Security to the floor 3 immediately. Do you hear me? I said immediately. Dr. Octavia!
The doctor tries to run away.
Dr. Octavia!
They start to run after him, yelling.
Dr. Octavia, no, there he is.
Let me help you guys, just please don't hurt me.
You had your chance. If you can't listen, then you can watch. No more
She
waiting!
lights a match.
No hard feelings, Doc. This is the only way we can be heard.
Stop, wait, we can't lose our files, we'll get shut down.
She drops the match and the place sets on fire.
Fire? I didn't think it was going to come to that.
It was the only way to be heard. Now we have to get everyone out of here before it spreads.
Fuck you, Dr.
Everyone, come this way.
I've never been so
Come this
scared
way.
and
Just
exhilarated
put
in
your
my
eyes
life.
up. Stop running. Put your hands in the air.
Thanks a lot, girl. I'm going to be 84 and now in jail. For what?
You didn't have to set the place on fire.
I can't believe I just did that.
Maybe we didn't get what we wanted today, but they heard us, right?
End of play. And that's the end of our evening, friends. Another round of applause for our actors. And then finally, a huge round of applause for all of our writers and chairmen.
I have 2 questions, if I may pose them. I'd love to know if any of you would like to say that there are parts of these plays that really struck home. And is there anything you're taking away that you might feel you want to think about it in a new way? Okay, does anybody want to answer that question? Actors, anybody? Hopefully. Anything that you felt was really right on, hitting home? Good. One here.
My aunt lost her child to...
Speak up.
My aunt lost her child also to a big surgery, so hearing your monologue was, I don't know, really cool to hear, really nice. Because she's a much stronger person than she was because of this. And like your character, she, tries to like make sure that like everybody else is okay, even though she's really hurting. So that just really reminded me of her. So thank you for reading.
Thank you for saying that. Anyone else find something that resonated, you felt with the medical system or the landscape today?
So I kind of had the pleasure of being in 2 plays that really talked about the landscape of today. And I just want to commend the writers because it just it spoke both on a visceral level, like with the COVID situation and how workers were being treated. And then also how the one play about intrusive thoughts just really talks about like mental health and the cycles that people with those issues are going through. So, yeah.
I agree with Matthew. I think that they have really, all of the plays really hit a home run. And I personally would love to see them all staged.
Let's think about that. I think they're brave. I think the bravery of your class, Reverend Stevie, was exceptional and really hits home to me at every level I can think of.
Thanks to you, Julie, and thanks to Stephen, but I'd love to hear from some of our students from in the room in response to your questions about your classmates' work. Somebody jump in and mention what you loved and admired.
I talk about this a lot in class, but just like coming in and seeing that other people kind of go through the same, not the same issues, but everyone else is going through something, It was really fun. It's like the whole class is kind of therapeutic for us. This isn't our only project. We also get to write about like other things in healthcare that affect us. So being able to hear from everybody else and know what everyone else's experiences is really eye-opening, especially hearing other problems out there that don't affect you. It's just really fun to do the project with everybody.
Let's get two more things that stuck with anyone. No one has to be smart. We just want to know what you like, what you see, what you hear, what made you think. Yeah.
Okay, I thought Noah's was brilliant and very funny, and I love the concept of that. And then also Ben's, as we talked about with the intrusive thoughts, it's something I've also dealt with, and it was really weird and cool to see it like represented in another person, and it's like using my brain. So I really like that.
Yeah, I just want to add on top of Molly's with Ben's is the intrusive thoughts really just kind of came to life, and it was really amazing to see, and that was great.
And you do a great intrusive thoughts voice.
Well, I think we should let you all go home, but come, we're gonna hope to do this again and again, and congratulations to the playwrights. Thank you, Steve, for asking us to do it. Thank you for your direction and all your help, and thank you, everybody, and actors. We can't do it without you. Thank you all very much.